Hello traders and investors, how are you today? Welcome to another video here in the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan. It is a pleasure to see you guys around here, and today I think it is important to talk about Tesla. It is such a popular stock right now, everybody's talking about it. But since we went up from the 700s to more than $1,200 right now, I think it is important to talk about some relevant stuff price-wise about Tesla. And if you are already my subscriber, remember to click on the like button, my friend. You know that I probably not going to disappoint you. Okay, I'm not going to do that. You know that our content is pretty good. And if you are new around here, well, I invite you to subscribe at this channel and to support me as well. Thank you very much, my friends. Let's see how Tesla is doing right now. First, before we talk about Tesla, let's take a look at the S&P. Look at this. The S&P is going up sharply as well. Since October 14, we don't see it retesting the 21 EMA again. The trend is clearly bullish. In fact, what triggered this phenomenal movement was this pattern, a classic pattern called inverted head and shoulders, which I already talked about in this channel in a previous video. An inverted head and shoulders is just a bearish pivot point followed by a bullish pivot point. Okay, this is why it's such a powerful chart pattern. It's so easy to understand, it's so easy to see, and it caused this very strong reversal. All right, it's flying nicely. If we look at the Nasdaq Index, the Nasdaq Index is also in a very, very strong bull trend. So what do you think Tesla is doing right now? Of course, obviously, it is going up. It is following the overall markets. If you look at the Nasdaq, for instance, it may look like we have a top sign right now, but this top sign is not confirmed yet. And that's the main lesson over here. I see many people around trying to predict where the next top is going to be on Tesla. Guys, it is 100% useless to do that. We can't ever predict where the next top is going to be. According to Dao Theory, this is Dao Theory. If you don't know who Charles Dao is the inventor, is the guy that created the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and he's also the founder of the Wall Street Journal, one of the most important financial journals ever. All right, so it's not Nathan's theories, it's Dao theories. All right, according to the Dao theory, trends persist until a clear reversal occurs. That's the first tenet. There are 6 tenets. This is the first and probably the most important and the most forgot tenet we see around, because when you try to predict the next top, you are going against one of the most important principles in technical analysis. You must always wait for confirmation. You must always wait for a clear reversal occur before you can call it a reversal. All right. Now you are going to say, "Oh, but I don't believe Tesla is going to reverse, right? But I do believe it's going to do a pullback, maybe to the EMA, right? Maybe to, I don't know, any other support levels you wanna see on the charts, like the 38.2% retracement, or the 50, or the 61.8%. It does not matter. You really expect a pullback. And what's more, I see people trying to use fundamental analysis to try to predict the next movement. And this is also quite useless. Fundamental analysis is very important for us to understand the major movements, the primary trend over here. Okay, for instance, Tesla primary trend is clearly bullish. All right, since 2019 is clearly bullish. Okay, that's the primary trend. That's because of the fundamentals. Now, if you're going to use fundamentals to try to predict what's going to happen next, probably you're going to get burned. Fundamentals are long-term catalysts. They work much better as long-term catalysts. Price action works much better as short, mid-term catalysts. But if you try to predict, probably you are going to get burned. Now, again, okay, let's get back to our topic. I don't believe Tesla is going to reverse, but I do believe it's going to do a pullback to any of these points. Let's assume it will, okay? All right, we don't see any crystal clear bearish reverse over here yet. But if we are going to see a pullback to the EMA, probably we are going to see a pullback, a bearish structure in the 1 hour chart first. And right now, all I can tell you is that the 1 hour chart is clearly bullish. Is there any bearish signal around? No, there is not a single bearish signal around. Why so? Because Tesla is doing higher highs, higher lows. Let's see if I can find this two over here. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, path. See, Tesla is doing this. See? It's always doing higher highs, higher lows. That's the path Tesla has been doing since October 14 in the short term. And as long as we don't see any bearish structure around, it's not going to do a pullback in the daily chart. Okay, that's how you do a multiple time frame analysis. Do we see for instance, lower high, lower low? This was the bottom. Let's say Tesla does this next. Okay, it actually did a lower high and a lower low. So probably it's going to trigger the pullback we have been waiting for in the daily chart, maybe to the EMA, right? Maybe it's going to drop to $1,000 again, meaning it's going to drop roughly 30% from here, right? So, or 22% from here. Okay, maybe, right? Maybe it will, but we can't ever predict the market. Jesse Livermore, the greatest trader that ever lived, once said, a true speculator will wait for confirmation. A gambler is going to try to anticipate the market. So when you try to anticipate the market without confirmation, you are just gambling. And that's not what professionals do over here. We never gamble. We are never gamblers over here, right? We are always using confirmation and waiting for our own thoughts, for the market to confirm our own thoughts, and we are going to react. Technical analysis, true price action traders are reactive. We are not predictive. Okay, so regardless of the fundamentals, regardless if you want to believe it's, I don't know, we're going to see another gamma squeeze again. Well, we're going to see some bad catalysts next week. We're going to see, I don't know, the overall market crashing because maybe the Nasdaq is going to do a top sign and probably this is going to be contagious and Tesla is going to drop as well. Maybe it doesn't matter. This is not important at all. What is important? Price action. We are going to see first on the charts what's going to happen in the next few days if it does the right structures. As long as we see it trading above the EMA, doing higher highs, higher lows, guys, it's going to remain bullish until a clear reversal occurs. It's because most people believe that Tesla is going to do this, right? It's going to do one single movement and drop again to the $500. This is not going to happen. But okay, you might say, oh Nathan, but we saw a very impressive movement from the 700s to 1200s. We did a very nice and strong movement. We didn't even retest the EMA since then. So why Tesla couldn't drop to the previous support level in one single movement just like it did over here? For two reasons. First, when it was going up, when Tesla was going up, we had a major resistance over here, okay, and another one over here, a secondary resistance, which did work for a very brief period of time. It did work, this area as a resistance, but then it broke. And after, above the 900s, we see not a single resistance area, because since the end of October over here, we have been trading in record highs. So there is nothing working as a resistance for us. That's why it was so easy for Tesla to keep going up after it broke the 900s. Now, if Tesla, now second, that was the first reason, okay? Now, the second reason is, so why Tesla can't repeat this? Because we have too many support levels to work with. Just like we didn't have any resistance to work with over here, now we have too many support levels to work with. If it drops, the first support level is this green line, okay? Green line at 1209. The second support level, the 21 EMA. Third support level, 1146. Next support level, 1115. Another one, $1,000, which is, I believe, the strongest support level for Tesla. Okay, it is a round number, a very emblematic number for Tesla. I believe $1,000 is a very good support level. But before that, we have 4 other support levels. So it's not gonna be that easy for Tesla to crash like many people would like for it to crash. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you, it is extremely dangerous to bet against Tesla, okay? Extremely dangerous. I never advise that, never, in any circumstance. All right, I always advise you guys, if you are out of Tesla, stay out of Tesla. Wait for a pullback. A pullback is going to be opportunity for you to buy at a cheaper price level, at a better risk-reward ratio, at a more discounted price level, so it's gonna be great. But as long as we don't see it getting closer to any of these support levels, I still believe it is better for you guys to stay out of Tesla and never bet against it, unless if you have a very good risk management, and if you see that the risk-reward ratio makes sense for you, and if you see crystal clear reversal sign in the 1 hour chart, okay, then I am not going to judge you if you try to short it or bet against it. I will not. But again, I don't advise it, because it's very risky for you. The better option is to wait for a pullback to the EMA, but still, I believe Tesla is still in a very strong bull trend. It's trying to do a top sign right now, if you ask me, it's trying to do. However, I would use the 1 hour chart as a main guide for me, okay? Because it tried to do top signs over here on October 26, October 27, and all of these signs were completely frustrated. So we can't say Tesla is going to find a top over here. Remember, trading is reactive, not predictive. The low volume over here is another interesting thing to keep an eye on. The low volume indicates that the stock is going to be more vulnerable. What does that mean? It means that if Tesla triggers a bearish structure in the 1 hour chart, it's going to be easier for it to drop with more intensity. However, if it confirms another bullish pivot point in the 1 hour chart, for instance, it's going to be easier for it to fly to much higher levels. So let's be aware of the volume and let's wait for a confirmation on the charts. And hey, are you still watching this video, am I right? Well, I think I earned your subscription, okay? Probably you enjoyed this video, so remember to click on the like button, okay? You wouldn't be here if you didn't like the content. So it is about time for you to subscribe to this channel, to support me. Thank you very much, my friends. See you guys next week in our next video here in the Finance Hydra channel. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Farewell.